Hey, what's going on, guys? Double 18 Set Shadow here. Before I begin today's market watch, I will preface that there have been some things happening in recent days with me and my personal situation. So, if I do seem a little off in comparison, that's the reason why, and I'm not feeling as well right now. But it is also the released week of set 3 Flame of Levitine, so with that in mind, there are a few cards I want to cover in relation to that, and just some general trends that we're seeing right now. So the first card to begin today is the Amulet Harvest Festival for Forestcraft, which right now for its original silver, it's starting at 50 cents with a market price of 34 cents. But I do want to point out that the promo foil that you got out of set 1 boxes as a box topper, that one is now 125 base with a market price of 92 cents. Ultimately, it's been staying pretty solid and rising up in terms of its market price over the last few months, where it was far cheaper before, but it's picking up at this point. Harvest Festival is one of those cards that tends to see play as time continues to pass, and it's at this point one of the few promos that's managing to get back up there. On the other side of things, though, Leonidas is back down in value to $12 base with a market price of $18.05. It was enjoying a nice boost in price to about $30 briefly. If you take a look at the history of actual sales here, you can see that it was mostly 15 and saw a few sales at 20 or above by the end of last year. But now, listings are back to a few copies that are 15 and lower. It does get back up to 20 at some point, but yeah, it's still not really going very far despite being a prize card. Something that has been showing up in some deck lists that I've seen, though, is Dark Offering from Havencraft. Going into set 3, I would watch this card and see where things are going, especially since Harvest Festival went up in value. The promo of Dark Offering has the potential to see a rise in value as well. 61 cents right now for that promo, and then market price is 87 cents, so it is on the downturn. And if you want the regular silver rare, market price on that's 18 cents, so way easy to pick up if you still need it. And then, of course, you've got Agnes Tachyon, which is still pretty expensive to pick up. It's $29 base right now if you want the regular legendary, and if you want the evolved legendary, that's $4, which has been in line with its market price. And if you want the super legendaries, there's only one of the base form at $49. And there are plenty of Evo super legendaries starting at $11 right now. Signs are still up there in value, with the base form being $300 and the evolved form being $160, both of which are below their current market prices. And then we've also got Narita Brian, which is a Swordcraft exclusive for Uma Musume. $5.50 on that one for the legendary, and then if you want the super legendary for that, it's $14.30 base. Both around their market prices at this point. Whereas if you want the signed version, the market price on that is almost $117, but the only listing available is $150. Actually, why don't we have a look at that? On top of that, it's got a $5 shipping tag, and someone did buy a $150 copy a few days ago. So, this card is strong. I don't put it past it to pick it up for such a high value, but we'll see where it goes from here. We've also got the foil of Flowers for You, which is still pretty low for a foil, but at the same time, it's also low on listings. Wait a second. So actual sales have been $3 plus right now, and the lowest listing is 114 with a $250 shipping tag, and after that it becomes a $15 plus foil. with a $5 shipping tag, mind you. So this card has been a pretty cheap one from the start, but we'll see if it follows the same route of other foils that got that spike. Will it actually sell at that value, or will sellers have to cut down because it's just not happening? I would think the latter. We'll see what happens. Gold City is another one that's a little short on listings for its foil. Right now the base price is $2. It's been selling for $2 recently, but there's only one copy at that price point, and then it's a $350 card, plus most of the copies are available for $4 right now. So if you want foils of this, it is moving up in value, so just keep that in mind as well. Something that's down in value, though, is the Evo version of Aegis, the Super Legendary. It's $9 base at this point and has been selling a bit around the $10 mark. Market price on this, though, is $20.34, so it's quite a gap given that it just doesn't sell that much, and it does have a number of listings around the $10, $11 mark right now. So that's a substantial drop, as going into set 3, it seems Aegis might fall out of favor in comparison to some other Haven builds, but it's still a strong deck to play. Then we've also got Crystallia Tia, which is another Forestcraft card that will tend to see a lot more play as formats go along. Depends on which combo base you're trying to build, but I don't think you would see it much in Fairy Tail builds. You might still see it in Fairy Tail builds. Either way, the base legendary is $670 and right along there with its market price. If you want the Evo version, that's significantly cheaper at only 75 cents. And then the super legendaries, you've got about $15 on the base form and $3 on the Evo form. But then, of course, you've got the ultimate rare of the Evo form, which is currently $39. Then, also going into Fairy Tail, there could be some potential in seeing Erd get played a few more times as a counter tech, given that a fair amount of the Fairy Tail playing cards all use the EX area, so Erd could take out some pesky cards. But in any case, it's not too high to pick up. 50 cents if you want the regular version, and $2.75 if you want the Evo right now. Both of which are both under their market prices, but I'd just keep your eye on this one if players intend to try it as tech. You've also got Trail of Light, where the promo version has gone under the original silver in terms of base price. It's 75 cents versus $1.50, and even the market price of the promo version is lower than the original silver, which is interesting to see. Down the line, you would think that the promo card would maintain its value, But yeah, it's interesting to see that the inverse happened here and the original silver is the one that's up there. And the last card I want to talk about today is Aelia Dragon Knight, where market price on this one is 61 cents, and it does have a lot of listings available. But with the base price being listed as 30 cents, I wanted to take a closer look as I was doing some analysis on full decks. And if you take a look, the available 30-cent copies are mostly just one copy sellers. And then otherwise, if you want multiple copies, the sellers that are doing that have prices as high as $1 plus if you want multiple copies of it. When you take a look at the second page, there are 4 pages worth. There are over 30 listings of this card after all. It makes its way up there, and yeah, it's at least $1 when it comes to any seller who's got multiple copies of this. So if you do need to pick this up, it's actually higher valued than what it lets on. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.